Hey, how you doing? It's my first live ever. I have a podcast called Wide Open Spaces with Elise. I also have a book called Wanderlust Within: A Journey to Self-Discovery. I started this podcast during COVID and it's kind of blown up into 188 episodes. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about my own personal journey on the GLP1s, semaglutide, however you want to say it. So I'm on week 24 of being on the shot, and everybody has different opinions about the shot and why you should take it or why you shouldn't take it. And I took a really, really long time to decide if I was going to do it. I've struggled with weight since I was in fifth grade. I have bad genetic pool. My dad's whole side of his family is overweight. And so it's been a lifelong struggle of mine, yo-yoing up and down. If you have weight issues, you know what I'm talking about. And so I struggled with it since fifth grade. My parents literally took me to Weight Watchers when I was in fifth grade. That just kind of screw you up a little bit. And they did it because they were concerned. They didn't want me to be like the rest of the family. They wanted me to live a healthy lifestyle. And it wasn't anything that I was doing or not doing, but it was detrimental going to these meetings and being weighed in front of all these adults. And so my life with food issues began. I basically was an overeater. And then it got to a point as I got older, I wasn't necessarily overeating. It's just that everything kind of just stuck to my bones. I mean, I could eat what the normal person would eat, and I either wouldn't lose weight or I would gain weight. And it was really, really frustrating. And I'm sure a lot of it has to do with aging, etc., and just that bad gene pool. So it took me a long time. I saw these people losing weight. You know what I mean, right? Like all these people. Sorry, trying to fix this camera. It's like a little dark. Let's see. This is my first time going live, so you could bear with me. There, that's a little better. Anyways, sorry, screwed that up. So I saw all these people losing weight. Everybody knows when you start to see people who have been overweight or whatever, and they start to lose weight, they're doing the shot. The Ozempic, the Wegovy, the Manjaro, the trizepatides, whatever. And so I started like with myself. All right, so what's better? Maybe 10 years from now, they'll say these shots do something to us. Or maybe I won't be here in 10 years from now because I was so overweight. And I decided to do the shot. So now I'm on week 24. And anybody who says it's easy to be on the shot, it's not. It's a struggle. It's hard. There are weeks where you plateau and you don't lose weight and you get frustrated because what am I doing it for if I'm not losing weight? Because you've seen all these people who maybe only had like 15 pounds to lose. All of a sudden, they're really skinny. I don't want to be really skinny. I don't want to consider myself the fat girl anymore. And so I follow a lot of YouTube and TikTokers, and it's really been great. I mean, as somebody who worked in psychiatric hospitals and did therapy for my clients, etc., and now my podcast, being on social media for these type of groups can be very helpful, and you can get a lot of great wisdom and learn things from the people that you see TikToks or Instagram or YouTube or whatever you're watching. So the first thing that happened to me recently was I took my shot last week. I take it every Wednesday night. And literally 24 hours, I had this hunger. I didn't want to eat. I didn't feel like I wanted to eat, but I had this hunger that like scared me. It was so intense, as if I felt like I was starving, and I know I wasn't starving because I'm eating all my protein. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to. And I was thinking, okay, I think I need to up my dose. But they say don't up your dose if it's working. So how do I know that it's, it hasn't stopped working? I just have this hunger that's really just like feels like it's eating away at me from inside my body. And I was struggling with it because, once you get to the maximum dosage, that's it. You've got to try a different shot, whatever. So I wanted to stay at my dosage, but I was struggling with should I or shouldn't I change and go up? Then I saw this Dr. Rosen on TikTok and he talked about it. And he said that hunger is normal. And yes, it's uncomfortable. And yes, you might be thinking that the shot's not working, but it is. And just try to work through that hunger and it will go away. But do not raise your dosage if you're losing weight. So I thought, my God, like he came at just the right time for me as I was about to maybe yesterday raise my dosage. And literally, the hunger did stop after 24 hours. I don't have it this week. I didn't do anything different. I still give my shot in my arm. I did try the legs. Legs wasn't the best for me. I seem to get the most out of um, doing it in the back of my arms. So that's kind of where I stick with it. And so it was important. I think it's important to know that you're gonna get hungry. In the beginning, you don't. You have no hunger. You don't think about food. But then all of a sudden, when I had this, like, it felt like a worm was in there, like eating, and I was starving, and it was really uncomfortable. So it was a little scary for me because I hadn't felt that before. But apparently, it's normal, and it's not something that you should only up your dose when you start to see you've plateaued for a long time. I have plateaued for about 2 weeks at one point, and it is very frustrating when you plateau because you're doing everything you should and nothing's changing, nothing's happening. And so you've just got to stick with it. This is a long haul game. If you've got a lot of weight to lose, it's a long haul. And you've just got to tell your brain that it's a long haul. Some weeks you're going to lose, some weeks you aren't. Then after I came off that plateau, it was like melting off. And people were really noticing like this week and last week. So you've just really, really, really got to stick it out. It's frustrating and it's hard, but if you stick it out, it's worth it. I feel like a new person. I've lost 2.5 pant sizes, almost 3, 2 bra sizes, which is fantastic if you've got big boobs. And um, I walk around now not thinking that like I'm the fat girl in the group. Here comes the fat girl. Oh, look at that poor girl. Her mom is so fat. Was I that big? No. Do I have body dysmorphia? Yes. A lot of us do. Do I still see, even though I've lost all this weight, when I look in the mirror, the girl before she started the shot? Yes. That's body dysmorphia, where you do not see yourself actually how you are. I still see that fat mom in the mirror as I'm in a Marshalls or something, and I walk past a mirror and I see myself and I still see that fat mom. And some of you might be going, "Ugh, I wish you wouldn't use the word fat." And I get it. And you don't have to. That's just the word I've always felt. That's always been in my head. That's changing through this process. But that is just the word I don't use. Some people say obese, some people say overweight. I just felt what the definition of the word fat is. That's what I felt. Do I still feel fat sometimes? Yes, because I have that body dysmorphia and because I'm nowhere near where I want to be. I'm not asking for miracles. I want this to be a lifelong change. I know I'll probably have to be on a maintenance dose of the medicine. I'm fine with that. I'm getting excited for my vacations because I'm looking at different clothes, sorry, and different sizes. And it's really exciting. And I just did a huge purge. If you listen to my podcast, episode 188, which I just published yesterday, I haven't done any advertising for it or anything yet, but I just published it yesterday. I talked about purging people, places, and things, and the importance of when we need to get rid of toxic people and all those kind of things. But then I told my story of this big purge that I did this week. Now, part of it I could have never done 3 or 4 months ago. It was a lot of work. I'm short. I had to do a lot of reaching. It was a lot of work. And I was sweating. It was hot. I live in South Florida. I felt like I lost 10 pounds. It literally took me the whole day. I purged my closet. Why did I purge my closet? So I have this friend who's been on the semaglutide for a couple years now. And I said, oh my God, my clothes are getting bigger. I mean, like I'm down to like t-shirts that I can tie and, just like workout pants because everything's big. And she's like, I want you to go through your closet and I want you to get rid of all those big clothes or clothes you haven't worn in a long time. Why? Because you're never going to need them again. And I stopped and I thought when she said that to me, what an amazing change of thought process that I'm never going to go there again into the big girl clothes. You see, when you have weight issues, you keep those big girl clothes when you lose weight because you'll be back there again someday. Maybe sooner than later, maybe in a year from now. So you don't want to get rid of those clothes because as you gain the weight, you need to move into that size of clothing. So I thought when she said this to me, what a amazing idea to finally like get rid of those clothes and say, I'm never going back there again. So I did it. 11 bags of clothes. 11 bags and 1 bag of shoes. And I still have some things that are like in the laundry room, probably, that I'll get rid of too. I mean, there was silly things in there, like shirts that I had when my daughter was born, a t-shirt or something. Like, what the frick am I keeping that shit for? So I purged some of that too. But anything that was not the size that I am now or I'm going to be, that's still in style, was gone. Obviously, it impacted me because I'm here doing my first live about it. It was just cathartic. It was that switch in my brain changing its direction that it's been going in its whole life. The yo-yo of gaining and losing weight. I'm telling my brain, I'm changing the channel, the path that I'm on, because I'm never going back there again. It really is liberating. If you're on that weight loss journey, I say do it. Do it. Don't be afraid to do it. Because if you keep thinking, I might need them, then you're not changing the channel. You're not changing that thought process. I was just so ready in my life. I'm not getting any younger. I want to have fun. I want to travel. That's my passion. I don't want to be out of breath. I don't want to not be able to do things because I'm just so overweight. Or I don't want to be looking at my pictures anymore and hating every picture because of the way I look. I want to love myself. I want to like myself. It's not about what other people think of me because most people just know me as that overweight girl and no different. So it doesn't matter what people think about me. It matters what I think about myself, how I feel about myself. It's about being healthier. It's about walking around more with my head held high. It's not waking up every morning and saying to myself, what did I eat yesterday? And feeling like shit already. because I ate some crap the night before. I don't have that anymore. And guess what? I've been on a cruise. I've gone to Disney World and I've tasted the things that I like. I don't deprive myself, but I don't eat the whole thing. I just taste it because that's all I want. Because I know that I can only eat so much food and I've got to eat my protein in my meal. Otherwise, I'm going to feel sick. And so there's those guardrails that this shot gives you. The lack of food noise, not thinking about food. I mean, the whole day could go by and I wouldn't eat if I didn't make myself because I'm not hungry, except for those 24 hours. So I just started week 24. It's all going good. I'm excited about my journey. I'm excited to share my journey. I would love for you to send me comments. Go to my social media. It's Wide Open Spaces with Elise. Elise is ILISE. You can see right there. Also, I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, LinkedIn. I'm sure I'm missing something. That I'm on. You can go there and go to my website, which is wideopenspaceswithelise.com. And you can check all the things out. My book is there. You can go on online Amazon or Barnes and Noble and get A Wanderlust Within: A Journey to Self-Discovery. And well, I guess it's time for me to go. Got to get on with my day. Thank you for joining me for my first live. Check out my podcast. Anywhere you love listening to your favorite podcast, you can find Wide Open Spaces with Elise. Like I said, there's 188 episodes. It's season 6. I've been a guest on some podcasts recently, so things are going really good, and I would love for you to join me on this journey. Let's listen, let's talk, and let's just evolve together.